Hi, it's Jamie, Progressive's Employee of the Month, 2 months in a row. Leave a message at the... Hi, Jamie. It's me, Jamie. I just had a new idea for our song about the Name Your Price tool. So when it's like, tell us what you want to pay, hey, 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 and the trombone goes, blah, 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 and you say, we'll help you find coverage options to fit your budget. Then we just all do finger snaps while a choir goes, savings coming at ya, savings coming at ya. Yes? No? Maybe? Anyway, see your practice tonight. I got new lyrics for the rap break.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to the War Room. We got Dez, Kill, Jimmy, PJ, B. Austin, the Hot Block Commander. How you wanna end up on a 2-hour show to keep the brain running with the premise of talk sports on a national level. Bold with the topic, sorta like the rebels when it's game time. They like the Fab Five during prime time. Sports conglomerates speak their minds a little bit. For sports medicine and sports veterans and greats. The 4th and 26th, so the war in Kuwait. It's the War Room with 5 nights at the round table. 5 Philly guys, diversified and educated.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You are once again live in the War Room, brought to you by War Room Sports on the War Room Sports Podcast Network. I'm one of your hosts, Devin McMillan. I'm in the building with my bros. I'll be all in the house and back from his secret mission in Central Europe. Jimmy the Blueprint will join us in just a few minutes once that jet lag wears off. But no, seriously, B, it's crazy out there in these streets, man. The NBA playoffs are set after a raucous final week and the final day, or night rather, of the regular season. It was crazy last night. So settle in for a hoops-heavy episode.
They was getting it in.
I know they were, man. It's going to be hoops-heavy here today, so keep it locked right here. And if you want to get in on the conversations, make sure you join us right now in the JW Philly Realty chat room. That's blogtalkradio.com/The War Room, or you could join us on Facebook or Twitter at War Room Sports. You can call us directly in about 5 minutes because we're going to get it popping early tonight when we open up that Digital Extreme Tech hotline. That number is 323-410-0012. One last thing before we get these conversations started. Make sure that during the week when we're not live on the air and you're sitting around at your job or just whatever you're doing, you're in the car, make sure you check out archive episodes of our show at warroomsports.com, the War Room Sports mobile app, which is free, iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, everywhere else that you listen to podcasts, man. Holla at us. Listen to us. But, B, what's going on, man? How's your week been so far?
Man, going through the throes of young adult parenthood, except I'm not a young adult. Man.
My week has been crazy. So you said the throes of young adult parenthood is working on you?
Except I'm not a young adult. Yeah. Hey, man. Old adult parenthood, right? But, yeah.
My week's been political. It's been when I tell you the second part, you understand. You've been there. You've seen me there. The political part, so they're trying to build an ice rink in my city. Not just the city, really in my neighborhood. It's going to be basically to the side of the front of my development. Now, I ain't
cool with that.
You know I live in a suburban city that's 52% African American. But they're forcing this $24 million ice rink, 2-sheet ice rink, one Olympic-size ice sheet and one NHL-size ice sheet. They're forcing it on us, $24 million. Now, there's been an uproar with the people because it seems like the majority of the city, black people, their needs weren't met or heard because originally when this thing was proposed, it was supposed to be a multi-use facility with 2 ice sheets and 3 to 5 basketball courts. So there's been a fight in the city.
Y'all Negroes got enough basketball courts.
Listen, they try to hit us with the, they're trying to act like it's a hockey community versus basketball community type thing, but you know what it really is. I went to the city council meeting the other night, and it looked like it was about to be a race war, dog. the hockey people showed up and showed out en masse, jerseys on, brought the kids with jerseys on, using the kids. They they all had on their adult jerseys or hockey mom jerseys, hockey dad, coach jerseys.
Did they have Confederate flag jerseys on?
I don't know. I should have checked the little patch on the side of the jersey. Could have been what it was. But either way, the black people did come out en masse. There were 63 speakers. At first, it was like overwhelmingly the quote unquote hockey community. Then the black people who were representing everything you can do in an indoor gym: basketball, gymnastics, wrestling. I even learned something new: pickleball. What the hell is pickleball? Just everything that you can do in a gymnasium. So, first it was the speakers were overwhelmingly for the
young lady pickled my balls one time. No, I'm sorry.
They were for the ice rink and just that, without the gymnasiums being a part of it. So then it was, the black people made a little comeback. The speakers started to catch fire a little bit. They had a couple of very intelligent little young kids go up there and speak and speak to the importance of having, more recreational places to go, places to get that energy out in a positive way, and, all that kind of stuff. So they have a meeting for 4.5 hours. I didn't get home until like after midnight this night. They have a meeting for like 4.5 hours where everybody expressed their interest. And mind you this, the hockey people were just saying, we want the 2-sheet ice. That's all they were saying. Of course, the black people, we're always nice and we're inclusive and all that kind of stuff. We were saying, we're not saying we don't want you to have your ice rink. We just want to be included. We want to, want it to be a multi-use facility. They heard all of this, and I thought everything was going pretty well, and they were going to try to do something about it. The problem was, after the black people spoke, most of them left. Everybody else stuck around. I stuck around, but most of them stuck around. So, I guess since they weren't there, they figured, we're not going to sit here and go home and deliberate again. So they started making decisions right then and there. And, guess who got left out when it was all said and done? Guess who's still getting a $24 million ice skating arena, hockey arena, like a half a mile from his house on a street that's basically one lane going each way. So when they start having these tournaments and everything where all the people are coming from outside of the city, where I live. And the bus is like, how is traffic going to be in my... It's going to be crazy, man. It's going to be real crazy in my neighborhood. And nobody cared. Nobody cared. Because if it were up to me, my first choice would be not to put anything in that location, period. My second choice would be, okay, if you're going to build it, then include everybody.
Basketball.
My third thought is burn it down. It's like, let me stop. We ain't gonna go there. But anyway, it's crazy though, because
I've been
the city. I know, right? But the city is not being represented. You know what I mean? Because, like I said, the city is 52% African American. Most of the people who are lobbying for this thing aren't even from the city. The main participants in this thing aren't even going to be from the city. They're talking about tourism and all this. Come on, man.
The only black people that I know that skate in America is in Detroit. Like, I don't even know any black people that play hockey, and Prince George's County is still, this is indicative of the problem in American polity, because we as a people and as a culture have become so socialized into believing our voice either can't be heard or we don't understand the nature of civic participation in local politics, that we don't make the right presentation. Now, that's an example of us getting beat where there was an opportunity to take a stand and participate and do your civic duty. And by the way, salute to you for doing your civic duty, because I definitely wouldn't have been there for 4 hours, but that's neither here nor there. The other thing
but it was
that
another
ends up
example,
happening is,
like, because I've never had this in my adult life. We know about it. We read about it. I mean, we've been involved from the sidelines, but this is really the first time in my life that I've ever been a part of something, and I actually saw close up how our voices don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is like my staunch lesson in privilege. Like, I witnessed it.
So now you're white supremacy. So now you're gonna join me in protesting and not voting, because you know that it we get the double back. Because it does. Now, where I was going with that is, I've actually been a part of these types of meetings, and I've seen where the privileged folks go so far as to literally invest in lobbyists and professional speakers to come into community meetings, where you have regular folk like you and I that choose to participate, and we get up and speak, and they actually pay a lobbyist for a local something like this. Like, I've been floored by, which is why it's like, people easily say, well, you can participate in the system. No, you can't, man. The system is designed to capitalize on the fact that we already have an inferiority complex and a lack of cultural knowledge about participating civically in politics. And then on top of that, they feel entitled to the political system that was built within their system for them anyway. They don't, that's a crazy story. And if you tuned in to listen to us talk about the NBA, the NFL, track and field, and FIFA, wait your MF in turn. We're going to get to it. This is sports related because it's ice hockey, and people in America still play ice hockey.
All right, so anyway, let's
go
on.
Shout out to PK Super Pond, or whatever his name is.
So let's get it in. Let's, like I said in the intro, it's going to be a hoops heavy show. So before we get into these hot topics, I'll let you guys know that Hot Topics are brought to you, what up, Jim, by MyBookie. What up, fam? Let's talk turkey for a minute and how much of it you can make investing. That's the term we like to use. Investing in sports contests at MyBookie. Look, the NBA playoffs are here. The NHL playoffs are here. So if you haven't checked them out yet, this is a very, very good time to do so. Lay down some dough on the biggest games in sports. Join us and thousands of other online players investing at mybookie.ag. Again, mybookie.ag, not .com. Remember that. Look, man, you guys tired of getting the runaround when it's time for a payout? That's why we urge you to join MyBookie. No ass betting. You win. They pay. Fast, without any hassles. Look, you're wasting your time investing anywhere else. They even have in-game live investing, so you can place investments after tip-off, kickoff, face-off, whatever you're watching, whatever you're investing in. Just join now at MyBookie. Will match your first deposit with a 50% bonus. Just use promo code WARROOM, all caps, WARROOM, for those of you who can't spell, to activate this offer. Visit mybookie.ag today. Play, win, and get paid. Period. All right, guys. The NBA season. Yo, that is crazy though, that you can make a bet in after the journey starts.
In the game. That's like cheat. They let you.
How
cheat.
that work? What kind of bet hedging is that? Yeah. So how do you not give it a try? I just told y'all can cheat. How do you not give it a try? Anyway, man, the NBA season has come to a close. Man, the last week of the season, the last night of the season, off the hook. There were a lot of implications on the final night of the season, mostly seeding. The 8 seeds in the East had already been decided a little while ago, but there were still some seeding implications. Going into the West, there were cats who still could or could not make the playoffs. And the most important game of the night, in my opinion, because it had the most on the line, was the Timberwolves versus Denver Nuggets. It was basically a play-in game. You win and you're in. You lose, you go home and commit suicide. So everybody, check on your local Denver Nuggets players because they might not be with us this morning. What did y'all think about the season as a whole? Because, we've been dogging NBA seasons for the last 5 years or so. What did y'all think about this season?
Well, for me, this has pretty much been one of the best seasons in years. And I was hesitant to say that because I was thinking like, well, maybe it's because I didn't watch football, so I'm like doubled down on basketball at this point. But as I sat back and looked at it, it's not just that. It was a lot of great games, a lot of good competition. A lot of these young guys are just falling out of control. Like, I mean, we're going to talk about the Rookie of the Year race, but the fact that we even have a debate shows you how good some of these young players are. There's about 4 or 5 guys that legit can be MVP of the league. As much as we like to say, well,
there was
it's the Warriors to win a
resting.
chip. Yeah, like Brian take no games off. Like it to me, this has been one of the better
didn't
seasons.
take a vacation mid-season.
This has been one of the better seasons in a long time. And like for those that like kind of, I mean, it's just been great basketball all around, man. And a lot to talk about. The home team is playing at the best I've seen them play in decades. So. You know what I mean? It's just a lot to talk about. A lot of the stars have like shown up. Like the top guys in the league are like LeBron and Harden and then Westbrook and
Except for Kawhi, shout out to the mute.
Yeah, shout out to Kawhi. He took a long vacation, but
he didn't show up at all. But listen, I agree with you, Jim, and y'all know I'm pretty sure that that's surprising to hear from me because I'm the purist who dogs the NBA.
Old grumpy ass man.
Every year, old grumpy, get off my lawn. I need to play harder.
Dev is our Joe Buttons.
Hashtag get off my lawn, gang.
But I'm the same as you. I'm like, I'm so surprised that I feel this way that I think like there has to be a reason. And like Jimmy questioned himself because maybe he doubled down because he didn't watch football. Like I'm sitting here thinking like, well, maybe I'm being biased because the Sixers all that right now. So
Sixers
so I don't know.
Good.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, because I watch the Sixers. I don't know why I punish myself. I watch the Sixers through the process. So that's, every night I'm watching bad basketball. I mean, even though I'm watching everybody else at the same time. But if what I'm consuming the most is terrible, then I think that might have weighed on how bad I thought the seasons were before. Now I'm seeing a more exciting product every night. And the thing is, if you actually look at Sixers games, if you're not a fan, you might not think it's great basketball because they've been blowing a lot of teams out. So that's not like if you're indifferent to who wins, that's not really what you tune in to see. So I don't know. It might be a little biased.
It's like a lot of these young guys like are just playing at a like you talk about the Greek Freak. You talk about like Anthony Davis. You talk about Karl Anthony Towns. It's a lot of young talent in the league that are like coming into their own.
The rookie from Utah.
My man,
I mean,
Spencer Dinwiddie.
It's a lot of young. It's a lot of young talent in the league coming to his own. And it's just more proof that like no one player is bigger than the league, right? So Bird, and then they left, and then Mike was there, and he left, Kobe and Shaq, and now Kobe's gone, Duncan's gone, they're gone, and you had Bron and Durant, and it's like the league is in good hands even after these guys are gone because the young talent in the league is just, and it's just amazing because it's also like not to get too deep or too crazy, but the evolution of the athlete. You have all these guys that are 6'10", 6'11", with handles and they're shooting from the outside and posting up and they're jumping out of the gym. It's like
it's a different
like, oh
day.
my God. It's a whole different game than we grew up watching, but it's very exciting. I mean, because essentially, right, for a lot of the years, a lot of the basketball we grew up loving, it's because it was guys that we can literally like see ourselves playing with because from a size standpoint and athletic standpoint, they're not too far from where we are at our peak.
Right.
But now it's like
Jimmy's bigging himself up. Jimmy,
it is what it is. I mean, my jump shot still more water than all these niggas. But anyway, listen. But with that being said, now it's like from a different standpoint. Now you're watching, and it's almost like it's almost like you're watching aliens. It's like, yo, I'm not 6'10". I can't jump like that. I can't jump and then take a seat and dunk the ball.
You know what? That's a great point. And I want to lay down a counterpoint, but I agree with you. I agree with you in the sense that the athlete is developing, but can we look at the defensive intensity and say that the rules change favors the offensive player to the point where they're not?
I mean, that's obvious.
The same type of
guys are playing defense now.
Doesn't change the alien.
Like Ben Simmons plays defense. Like some of these guys play defense as well. Like
Ben,
season,
when you ain't got a jumper and Stacey Augmon is your grandpa, you got to play defense, man. If he don't play defense and he can't shoot, what do you?
Come on, man.
What?
Yo, dude is arguably one of the 10 best players in the entire world, and that's as a rookie. So, yo, be honest. I agree. Like so my thing is,
he D's up. He does D up.
No, but he's not the only one. Karl Anthony Towns plays defense. Rudy Gobert plays defense. A lot of these young dudes who are athletes play defense. Like
Rudy Gobert is defense. But listen,
he is defense. Like he's the definition of defense.
I gotta make a quick apology because we were running names earlier. I threw in a name as a joke, the boy Spencer Dinwiddie, but I'm gonna put some respect on his name, man, because Spencer Dinwiddie, he has to be at least a top 3 candidate for most improved player. Like, I wouldn't give it to him. We're gonna give our awards out later. So B, if you ain't do your awards, you better get to it. But
I'm gonna have to abstain.
But no, I'm gonna put some respect on that brother's name because he is one of the most improved players in the league. So I don't know if I can throw his name out there when I'm trying to think of bums anymore. So shout out to Spencer Dinwiddie. I ain't trying to. Like B used to do to the homie Mike Conley. Mike Conley worked out in the gym 22
That's always
hours
difficult. That's
Mike Conley was reading that. He was reading that tweet. That tweet was motivation, so he needed to cut the check. War Room Sports.
Mike Conley had that tweet.
$150 million con.
He had that tweet posted to the backboard wherever he was working out.
He owed me $1.5 million.
And that a case to be made for Dinwiddie actually winning that award, because that award has always been interesting to me, because I feel like when I go looking to see who's the most improved player, I go look to see one from Ashley to Classy. But she always go to see someone that, was literally a piece of feces and now they're a solid player. But you never look for the people that are solid players that are, that are elite.
Yeah, because that's what's jumping into the conversation now. Like you said, it used to be just that. Now you can all right, he's a good player, but this year he was great. So, they throw those guys up in there as well.
It used to be you can find somebody who had 1 foot out the league, and you know what I mean? Now they contribute, so you're like, man, But anyway,
it used to be Lance Stevenson.
the fans
Born Ready had the greatest play ever this week. Go ahead, Dev.
Oh yeah, he did. The fans are showing up and showing out because the NBA, for a 3rd consecutive season, set the all-time regular season attendance record. I mean, people are coming. They're selling out the arenas. Plus the fact that arenas are getting bigger and more seats and they squeezing you in there. It all plays a role, but, one thing you can't say is people aren't attending NBA games. So they set this regular season attendance record for the 3rd consecutive season with 21,997,412 fans attending games. I'm sorry, that's this year's total. Up from last year. It's probably up about a good 50,000 almost. Like I said, and that's probably all Sixers games. So they're showing up and they're showing out. The Sixers improving helped the league to set a record again this year. If y'all can't tell, we're excited about the Sixers. So it is what it is, man. We're not used to this anymore. Some firings came down right after the final buzzer last night. Frank Vogel is out in Orlando. Jeff Hornacek is out after 2 years in New York. Jeff Hornacek had a rocky start because he was under Phil Jackson, and Phil Jackson was trying to make him run offenses that he didn't want to run. So he started behind the 8 ball, and it's always a little difficult to keep a job in New York because the payroll and the expectations
Derrick
are
Rose
always
at point guard.
Right. The payroll and the expectations are always way more than they should be.
So the Knicks are back.
So you know the question. But that's the question though, B and Jimmy. What names do you see popping up in this conversation so the Knicks can finally quote unquote be back? You know, I've heard that they're going to reach out to they're going to reach out to Jay Wright from Villanova.
They already have.
Any chance he takes that job?
Don't do it.
It's difficult
Don't do it.
Reconsider.
I mean, I'm just talking about it's going to be a nice check if they're trying to get him to go leave Villanova. They're going to have to offer the bag. But if I'm him and I'm looking at the landscape of the league and what they have on their roster currently, and I'm not going anywhere. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going anywhere.
He said, I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, not with what they have on their roster. It's not like he's being like asked to come in. I mean, unless he can get assurances that LeBron is coming, he's bringing a gang with him. Is Bron gonna come and bring a whole gang with him? Because Bron don't travel alone.
Well, you know the Knicks though. Every time there's big free agents out there, they start attaching their names to them, like any of these people are ever gonna sign in New York.
You know, there's owners that we let have it in professional sports. And I think we all share the opinion that the Doolins are poop, but we don't really poop. We don't poop on them the way that we do. The way that the owner of the Knicks,
Dolan, James Dolan,
is an ownership issue.
I call him
Jimmy Doolin. Yeah, we Doolin.
That medical marijuana.
I think that good stuff down here in Georgia. I think Dolan, whatever his name is a root of the problem. Like I think that's like until he goes, like there's a curse over the Knicks, and they can't be back with
ain't nobody going.
It's got to be
until they forced to go. You gotta Donald Sterling these people these days. Let's shout out to Skyview in the chat. Yo, Skyview, ask your lady's brother if he knows about this whole hockey rink situation going on here. But Skyview also said if the Knicks don't hire Mark Jackson, it's going to be a problem. You know, people have been clamoring for Mark Jackson.
Well, it's going to be a problem.
Every job that comes up. I think Mark Jackson did a bang-up job in Golden State. I disagree with people when they act like, you know, he's the reason they ended up winning the championship, but that's a whole other story. But he did a really good job. So I understand why his name comes up, and I especially understand why his name comes up in our circles. But
I hear some reservation. I hear a butt in your tone.
No, there's no butt. He's a New Yorker. He's a New Yorker. He's a former Knick. You know, if they're going to do something to try to at least energize the fan base, that would be the move. That's one of those fan base energizing moves. But, and I didn't mean to say but I'm saying but, you know, is it going to pay off as far as on the court? Like a lot of franchises do that. Like, all right, let's do something. You get somebody to energize the fan base, but is it going to pay dividends on the actual basketball court? Shout out to Penny.
Mark Jackson. What has he done?
Shout out to Penny down in Memphis. Energizing that school. But you got to prove it. So, no,
here's my thing.
Not Stan.
Here's my thing, though.
Van Gundy's name come back up.
Here's my thing. At least Mark Jackson has had the opportunity to be the captain of the ship, so to speak, before. So I think that would be a good hire. But the thing is, like, you're going to allow him to be the chef, but what ingredients is he going to use? Like, you're setting him up for failure.
That's my entire point is that Dolan, whatever his name is, does not allow you to go and pick your ingredients. He don't let you get the seasonings. He does not give you the time to prepare the meal. So you set up for failure. They just want a big name to come in and get immediate results.
They're in the lottery every year but they make bad picks. Well,
it's like they want to. They want you to make a miracle out there, man. They want you to do like you want Chopped, where they give like a bunch of crazy ingredients and tell you to go out there and put together a meal and send me shot to Chopped. But so if I'm Mark Jackson, I'd rather sit back and talk about the game.
Then go out there and stress yourself.
And get paid that way.
All right, yo, big story this week, Jimmy. What's up with your man out in La La Land, 32-year-old rookie
Andre Ingram, baby.
He's been in the G League for like the last 6 years. Man, he checked into his first NBA game, like 32 years old, late in the first quarter against the Houston Rockets, and commenced to lighten those dudes up. Ended the game with 19 points. Hit a bunch of threes. Funny shot. Like he doesn't like hold his form. He just shoots the ball and like does some funny thing.
Man.
Like he's trying to will it to go into the hoop, and they were all net.
Listen, man, Andre Ingram, man. Listen. He got his mom's spaghetti moment, and he made the most out of it. So salute to him. But I'm definitely gonna need somebody to snatch Kobe's laptop, because Kobe was on there talking about how great a story it was and what he's gonna do with the story. And I'm like, yo, Kobe wants to make everything a story now. So Kobe,
I was about to say
everything is a movie. He's gonna be the Kobe Bryant of production.
He's a filmmaker now, so he's gonna take every little thing and try to make a little story.
Yeah, everything's a story now. So Kobe drawing. Somebody take Kobe laptop. But salute to Andre Ingram, man, for I don't know if I've been able to sit there that long, like following your dream, but it's going to be said for that. He got his moment, and he let his hands go. So now give him a max deal, Nick. Let the Knicks give him a max deal or something, man.
6 for 8 from the field, 4 for 5 on 3-pointers. He better than Lonzo Ball or no?
He's also the all-time leading 3-point shooter.
Definitely.
He's the all-time leading 3-point shooter in the G League.
Yo,
my man shoots 55% from free.
Jimmy, he
shoots 55% from free, dog.
I'm gonna say he's 4 for 5 because I'm gonna totally ignore the fact that he played in the second game. So I'm gonna say he's 4 for 5 from 3. He's all-time leading 3-point shooter in the history of the NBA as well.
Yeah, this is true. These are facts. These are facts.
Especially
numbers,
since I'm going to
don't lie.
last night's game. These facts.
These are facts. Like, you can't argue those numbers. But I thought it was an amazing story, but I think they did too much though. The way the Lakers tried to set it up with the hidden camera and all that, like they was ODing with that. But it is something to be said for following your dreams. And my man was making $19,000 for like the last 10 years.
Yeah, I mean they interviewed his wife and everything.
Damn.
He put on for his family that night. She a star now. He a star. Everybody's.
I mean, I can't eat off no $100,000. You know what I mean? I got cabbage that needs filling. Like, what you doing with $19,000, B?
All right, somebody get their Skrizneen team on. While we talk about this Pat Riley situation, there's a book coming out, and the book is written by Ian Thompson. It's called The Soul of Basketball: Epic Showdown Between LeBron, Kobe, Doc, and Dirk that saved the NBA. In his book, he claims that Riley opens up about how he felt in the days after LeBron James decided to head back to Ohio. And it's well documented that LeBron and Pat Riley didn't speak much after he decided to, take his talents back to Ohio. Now, first, I was thinking, when I read the story, I had totally skipped over the fact that this isn't Pat Riley's book. I basically scrapped the notion of, okay, Pat Riley got to say some things to sell books. But when you sell books, you can say things positive or negative. But the timing of this, to me, shows Pat Riley knows exactly what he's doing, because LeBron James is, again, about to be a free agent. He's most likely about to make another run at LeBron James. So it's time for some published information of him saying some positive things about LeBron, saying, yeah, the decision he made to go back home, that was ultimately the right decision. LeBron did what he had to do, and he's great and this and that. So do you guys think that? Do you think Pat Riley, this is just great timing by him because, LeBron's is about to be a bidding war for LeBron?
Absolutely. I think Pat Riley is putting his feelings to the side because I don't think he particularly liked what LeBron did to this day. But he knows he needs LeBron to come back around, so he wants to throw his hat in the ring. Absolutely. He's playing the game. Salute to the Zen Master.
See, I mean, but if you look at all of these quote-unquote breakups, like when he left Cleveland, the way he left them, the way he left Miami after they got old when they were supposed to win, not 6, not 7, not 8, not 9. You know what I'm saying? This is one of those reasons why, like, even though LeBron is the best player in the game, greatest player in the game right now, this is why the LeBron to Philadelphia rumors and people actually begging and clamoring for it, it gets on my last nerves. Because, again, I know I've said it before, I did not sit through 4 years of the process to bring LeBron in, him wield his power over the roster, get rid of probably a few guys that you don't necessarily want to get rid of, watch the team get, old and overpaid, and watch the salary cap go to hell, giving us an opportunity to get one, no guarantee, and then he leaves. It's like a swarm of locusts hit your city, and we're right back at square one. Maybe you'll still have your two studs, but as good as they are, Joel and Ben, what they've done this year, they didn't do by themselves. Like, they have a supporting cast that surprised a lot of people, and I think that kind of thing would be ruined, and they'd be trying to start over again if that move was made. But it's not about that. It was about Pat Riley. But let's go to the phone lines, man. We got the homie Naj waiting, called in early today. What's up, Naj? What's going on?
Oh, ain't nothing, man. Sitting there listening to y'all. Y'all hitting on good points. Yeah, the LeBron to Philly thing sounds weird anyway, because Simmons needs the ball in his hands to be what you want him to be anyway. So
like right now he's a poor man, not even poor, but he's a middle class LeBron. So like, why do you want the same player?
What's interesting to me is I can't think of any other time in history where the best player in the league, there's even a possibility of him coming to your team, and you're like, no, I don't want him. Like, it's just weird.
No,
it's
the minority.
That's what
everybody else in Philly is begging for the dude right now. I'm in the minority.
Yeah, but that's the other point I was going to hit on. But when you can get LeBron, you get LeBron. But, yeah, it would kind of slow up the development of Simmons and kind of change what he does, so you lose a little bit in that sense. But, hey, man, y'all would be having parades up there.
I
don't think it's a guarantee, though. We're going to get the year 16 and up LeBron for like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a guarantee. I mean, year 15 is.
I will step in.
Or who knows that he won't just.
I'll step in and say this. I agree, and this is not my LeBron bias, the bias against LeBron. But if you get him at this stage of his career, he's still, until he retires, he's probably going to be good enough to walk through the East. But getting LeBron in Philadelphia with what supporting cast makes him better than Golden State, the Houston Rockets, maybe even the Thunder, Wolves. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see.
No, I say you put LeBron. I'm about to say you put LeBron on the team right now. They're better than everybody you name minus Golden State. Like they're better than most of them teams you name right now.
I think on paper
that would be true.
That's not going to be the team. Yeah,
even Wade, and Bosh had a hard time getting chemistry.
It's not going to be the team that takes the floor. You're going to have to get rid of a lot of those pieces in order to appease LeBron.
Not as much as you're making it sound like. Not as much as you're making it sound like. But here's my point. I'm not saying they should get LeBron. But here's my point. My point is the thing about, like, to me, about sports in general, whether it's NFL, the NBA, it takes so much to win a championship that sometimes if I'm looking at a team and I have an opportunity to win now, I would rather win now, like, to sacrifice, the chance of winning multiple championships later, because that's like a pie in the sky. If you can, like Nas said, if you can get a LeBron, you get a LeBron, you try to go for it right now. And I don't think you would have to get rid of that many players that you're making it sound like. The Sixers are what, the 3rd seed right now?
Yeah, but the biggest problem is the Simmons-LeBron dynamic, because you need the ball.
That is the biggest problem.
Comes in when LBJ Incorporated walks in and looks at Robert Covington's contract and says, "Dude, 3-and-D stretch, 3-4, defend 3 positions. You getting paid what?" Like, yeah, that ain't gonna stand. That boy need to be paid. If they got
that's cool.
paid,
I wouldn't mind that, but I think somebody he would set his sights on because it wouldn't work with both of them being there. Like I think Dario Saric will be gone, and I'd rather have Dario Saric, way before Robert Covington. Personally,
I think you about to say you would have Dario to LeBron.
No, I was saying Robert Covington. But no, I would like the long run. Like I'm looking at that, Jim. I'm just saying because I suffered through the process with the promise, and I did. I suffered through.
No,
it
I mean,
the
listen,
promise
I had
long-term
I let go.
stability. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. It's not fun. Like even if they, you sneak LeBron in and get to a championship, if they win one, and then we trash again for another 10 years, like. I don't know, man.
Well worth it. I don't know, dog.
Yeah,
listen,
but, we have this conversation with
it.
the idea of a healthy Embiid. If Embiid is healthy, they get the chip. You put Bron there, and then as Bron
I think
if
Embiid is healthy, I think these dudes are going to get a chip anyway. I think they're going to get a chip anyway.
Right?
So I'm like,
if you could
why
bring,
not be dominant for a long time?
If you could bring
I'm getting
LeBron
greedy
in,
like these other cities, man.
you definitely get you getting greedy without even having one yet. Here's my thing.
Greedy. That's starve people do.
And
it's time
get one
greedy,
chip,
man. Starving.
If you can bring LeBron in and
greed
get one
is good.
chip, and greed is right. Greed works. Anyway, listen. If you can bring LeBron in and get one chip, and then you gotta be poo-poo again for the next 5 years. I mean, listen. The way I look at it, it's worth it, dog. Like, I mean, what's the last chip? 80.
Yeah.
83?
And then
I was alive for it,
you
though.
can talk
If this
yourself
was an Eagle situation,
to the point to where you start projecting stuff too much. Think of that OKC core group. There's no way in hell we ever thought the three would not only not be playing together, but they would never actually see the finals again after that first time with OKC. Russ, Durant, and Harden. Like, think of what we were projecting, looking at them as young as they were. So, if you could do it,
I don't know, man.
But
I guess a part of it is me. I don't want to sell out to this new trend of the best players in the league walking around riding everybody else's waves.
Listen, man,
I don't want to sell out to that. I'm not with
your boy Process gave y'all so many assets that I feel like y'all could go through the LeBron period and still set yourself up to be able to sustain it afterwards. Dude, everybody wants.
I don't think so because I'm pretty sure if LeBron came,
then who can play? Like,
listen, man, LeBron comes, Naj, those assets are getting traded for old ass veterans who LeBron is going to in 2 years like, yo, these dudes old, I'm out.
Yo, plus I'm part of the hashtag bird in the hand game. You got a bird in the hand, you got to keep that. And also, I mean, you talk about these new dudes.
Stop riding waves and be the greatest. Get out of here.
Yo, you talk about these new dudes. You act like Joel and Ben ain't gonna come up and need to be. They might start getting part of that. They go somewhere else.
I ain't say they ain't.
That's true.
I mean,
too.
Ben.
That's true.
I don't know what they gonna do. They're not immune.
They're
not immune to this.
Mitchell gonna end up in Orlando somewhere. Watch. On the same team.
Right, and the point y'all hit on earlier, y'all was talking about, was it the fact that we kind of turned away from the NFL? Like, why are we so into the NBA? I think it's another factor we ain't thinking about. It's the 24/7 nature of it. It used to be super fans who did that. Now, like, look, man, a boring game in Utah on a Wednesday night, if somebody gets dunked on, you know what I mean? Just the ratings and the change of the easy shareable moments, and then just the fact we need to talk about everyday betting. The fact that people are checking injury reports before tip-off like it's their life because they're trying to get that money. Like the NBA this year, man, this was a totally different thing than what we used to as far as engagement into it. This is the other old man shaking his fist thing I want to throw out there. Man, we keep talking about, hey, you've never seen guys this tall being able to do this and do that. But I don't know if this is such a good idea. I think this is like the Penny Hardaway thing to where you're trying to make it happen. And we're forcing a lot of tall guys to do a whole lot of running around, scrambling, closing out, and we might be breaking up bodies. So what we saw with happen to Porzingis, I worry about Anthony Davis. We saw DeMarcus Cousins. Like, are 7-footers really meant to always be closing out and going over the top on pick and rolls? 80 games a year. Oh, like, bro, we
that's a great point.
And ligaments and everything else out here.
Yeah, that's a great point, and it's sort of like we treat them like they're just chattel because it's like, all right, well, he's out the way. We got some more to bring in the league. There's a constant flow of young guys coming in, which is not the right way to be because you're right. I don't know if they are meant to run that way, man. The one thing is, if you walk through, like, there's a lot of people who may have played in the league, may not have played in the league, who are like 6'6" and above. I've never seen someone like 40s or 50s who are 6'6" who don't look like they're in pain all the time any damn way. I think people aren't meant to be that damn tall. Like I'm dead serious. Think about it. Just think about regular life. Just think about regular life. Most people who are 6'6" and above, like, have knee problems and all kinds of stuff, who may not even have played in the league or played professional sports. So you may be right about that. But still, I guess the point we were trying to make is it's just crazy to see the evolution of the athlete. Like, if you're 6'7" and above in the past, it's like, yo, get your ass in the post and play with your back to the basket. I mean, these dudes are running up and down the court, flying and doing all kinds of craziness. It's like watching the Globetrotters every night on every team. And it's not that we didn't have guys in the past who were like that, but it was like they're on every team now. These freaks are on almost every team.
You know what the greatest point you
it used to be an anomaly. Used to be an anomaly.
You're talking about how quick the shareable moments are. That's 100% true because your man Jimmy right here, anybody get dunked on in any city, he's sending us a what is it, a GIF or a GIF? He's sending us
a GIF, man. I call it GIF.
He's sending us a GIF in less than a minute. Any city, anybody get dunked on. Like, yo, how do you know? Like,
yo, I'll be listen because I watch the league pass, but not just right. As I'm watching the games, I'm on Twitter too, because like he said, I'm engaged, and the NBA does a good job with the engagement as well too, because a lot of that stuff I get directly from the NBA. Like the NBA has kind of embraced social media in a different way than most other leagues. Like they let their players speak and say what they want to say, and they kind of embrace it. So they're a part of it. A lot of times, a lot of those like stuff, like the NBA will put a video up, and I just make it a gift. Like, so the NBA has embraced what Naj has said in terms of like all of us kind of like watching the games together.
Yeah, you remember a couple of years back where the NFL was pressuring people, hey, this is our content, you can't use it. And now the NFL is kind of relaxing on that because they didn't see what was coming. Like, no, right, you want people actually involved in this. So I think they stopped, bothering people about their little small websites that wasn't affecting anybody.
Yo, the NFL used to literally make you take stuff down. Like, I would put up a tweet, like a highlight of NFL, and they would, like, flag me for copyright. And I'm like, yo. But the NBA took the opposite approach, and they kind of embraced it from the beginning.
Right. Instead of hating their customers, they roll with it. The Mark Jackson thing. Dude, Mark Jackson is really good at developing young players and helping young men. Now, some of his crazy,
he's a good motivator. He's
good for that. Problem is that'd be a bad job for him because he'll get fired and it'll be hard. Twice fired black coach, man, you ain't get another gig, bro. Yeah. So it'd be a bad job to take on just because of the roster. But it would
You're gonna be like
Frank
Vogel. He'll probably be on another bench next year. Frank Vogel.
Shout out to Frank Vogel.
What is he doing? Right. Oh, Mike D'Antoni. PJ Carter.
I can't with y'all with that. What has he done, man? It's the greatest Donald Sterling moment ever, and everybody don't appreciate it enough. They don't, man.
Yeah. Donald Sterling, man.
Appreciate y'all listening.
No doubt, man. He's the greatest racist of all time.
No doubt,
Thanks for the call.
All right, peace on that.
Donald Sterling is the greatest racist of all time.
Yo, isn't it crazy how some of those white coaches literally get job after job, like the PJ Carlessimos, the Mike D'Antoni? There's certain things that have been pretty much everywhere across the league. They're always getting hired.
No doubt. Let's real quick. I got two stats of the week before we pick these series real quick, and then we'll go into some other stuff, some what y'all were while y'all were grind this week, and we'll get right back into the NBA after that to talk about our awards. We need to do our awards early, even though the NBA gonna make us wait like 2 months with that whack award show stuff that they're doing now. But anyway. Stat of the week, man. One, of course, you already know. I told y'all how excited I was, but you can't deny something like this. The 76ers are entering the playoffs on the longest winning streak of all time for a team going into the playoffs at 16. Some might say, like what are your thoughts on this, guys? Some might say they peaked right at the right time, or people might say they peaked too early, like they won like a 5-game winning streak would have been a little better. But 16, what do y'all think?
I think you can't look at it too deeply. I mean, I know fans reserve the right to do that, but listen, a young team like that needs success and as much of it as they can get.
Confidence.
So I'm cool with the 16. Confidence.
So confidence, B? No, I'm asking you. They need it for the confidence factor? Because now they think
they have never experienced winning 6. Yeah, they haven't experienced winning on a major level in the NBA before. So to have a 16-straight win streak under your belt, that's major for your confidence. So I take it. I don't need the peaking and all that thought. That's
their
the
win
team.
streak. Their win streak is higher than their win totals from like a couple of years before last year.
I'm about to say there's some franchises that have never won 16 straight. Like, I mean, that's a huge accomplishment, and I think that they are peaking at the right time. But it's interesting because I think like for the long-term development of the team, like Ben to me over this last like month and a half is like coming to his own. Specifically when Joe went down, and it's like
he went batshit.
Yo, he turned into like boy is magic. Like he's magic. And it's funny because I remember like 2 years ago when the first time I saw him play in the preseason, before he got injured as a rookie. Although he played in the preseason, so maybe never mind. That's another story. But when he played in the preseason, that's the first thing I said. I said it on the show. I was like, "Yo, this boy is magic, man." And Austin, of course, Austin got to hate. He can't shoot because Austin never liked the process. But
and back then, like they wasn't even playing him at the point guard like that. He just did a little point forward sometimes. Like he's exclusively the point guard. Like people need to stop trying to call him something else. Like he's the point guard. He even guards.
He's the point guard, but he does literally everything. Like everything. He's all over the floor. It's kind of crazy because of another thing.
Except shoot jumpers, because they're gonna point that out to us, Jim. So you might as well say it. He does everything except.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. I'm gonna keep it a buck. My favorite player of all time. Everybody knows who my favorite player of all time is, and like that's literally who he reminds me of, and I get a joy watching him play because of that. Because what it is if you love the game of basketball and you can see someone dominate a game without scoring, to me that's art. And that's kind of like what he does. And I like the fact that you're seeing people have to appreciate that. Because over the last couple of decades, it's like, we want to see people to score 40, score 30. That's who the star is. When the star hasn't always been that way. You've had guys like a Bill Russell or guys like a Larry Bird who doesn't like blow the stat sheets away by scoring 60 or 70 points, something like that, but dominate basketball games. And to me, that's a beautiful thing. So to watch him over the 16-game winning streak has been interesting. Going into the playoffs, I think it's a good thing overall because, they've been hammering teams and they kind of have their confidence at a place that it needs to be. You never want to back into the playoffs. That's what you don't want to do.
I mean, unless you're an experienced playoff team, LeBron can back into the playoffs.
But and usually it's and I think it's a little different because usually in football it's like the hottest team is the best thing to be because it's one and done. But in basketball, because it's a 7-game series, it's a little different, right? So if you look at the Steelers, when the Steelers win their championships, a lot of times they're not the best team in the league that year. They're just the hottest team at the right time.
Right.
But basketball is a little different.
Real quick, last stat of the week because Tobias is waiting on the line and he on the me app coming at my neck. So my man, and to hell with all you haters, my man Russell Westbrook, for the second consecutive season, no man in history has ever done this. And y'all can, at this point we can diminish the triple double.
Better than LeBron.
Everybody's getting them. Everybody's getting them. So even if you want to do it, that's fine. But we got to remember, you ask any NBA player from the last 30 years, what record out there do you think will never be broken or what accomplishment will never be done again? And every one of them said, besides the Wilt Hunted, most of them said, and actually a lot of them said this over the Wilt Hunted. Nobody will ever.
No human being can do that.
No. They said no one would ever average a triple-double again. And here we are all these years later. A 6'3" guard has done it 2 consecutive seasons. Now he's the standard bearer for that. No longer Oscar. That's kind of messed up because, records stay around so long. Like, people are known for stuff. And now Westbrook took some respect off his name. They're about to write
Oscar out of all the history, but you know how we don't respect our elders, though. Oscar about to be all the way out of here.
3-point specialists are being written out of the record book. Now he, took Oscar out. But the thing about this one is, Jim, because we talked about it, 3 games left in the season, he needed 40 rebounds to do it. He didn't have a lot of rebounds in that first game. He needed 16 to do it in the final night of the season. And I made it clear on social media that day, like, I hope he goes out of his way to get these 16 rebounds, and his team better see to it that he gets these 16 rebounds. I'm tired of all the hating and the stat patter and stat chaser, whatever you're going to call it.
But here's my point. You have to be good enough to do it. You have to be good to do it. You have to put yourself in a position where you can do the stat padding. And also, if you go back throughout history, like, stat padding has always happened. I literally, because I'm a basketball nerd, I sat there and listened to the Wilt Chamberlain 100-point game. I sat there and listened to the Wilt Chamberlain 100-point game because there's no
he was stat padding.
Visual.
His team was stat padding. They kept giving him the rock.
His team kept giving him the ball. Like, he close to 100. Give Wilt the rock. Like, if you listen to it, you can hear him. Like, and the announcers are like, get the damn ball to Wilt. Like, everybody wants him to, like, go for it because he's that. I remember watching David Robinson have to get the scoring title. They were stat padding. I just read Ray Allen's book where he admitted to stat padding in his book and literally said that when he was going for the 3-point record, he set it up so he stopped taking shots even though he had wide open threes in one game because he wanted to break the record in Boston. Like,
wow.
Like
but that's my thing. Like, if I have a teammate who's close to something crazy, I'm a see to it that he gets that. Like, on a nightly basis, when people were talking about, first of all, they don't understand that Billy Donovan is running their offense that way. Like, he wants the ball in the hands of his playmaker that's going to put the most pressure on the defense. So there's a such thing in some basketball systems where you rather have your guards get the rebound, so you completely wipe out the outlet pass and the potential for turnover, going down the court. Now, like, I heard something this morning that made a lot of sense. Like, you don't chase stuff like triple doubles. Like, you get what you get because you're that good. Okay, and if you're a few away, a few assists, a few rebounds away late in the game, okay, then you go get it. Then you chase it. You don't chase the whole thing. You're just balling.
Not at all.
And then when you realize, because they tell you all the time, like, they have stats on the bench. They tell you what you need.
I know this is going to sound crazy, but I do that on 2K. Like, I don't chase triple double. If I got a guy that's close to a triple double when I'm on 2K, put him in. Let's get this triple double. Like, so people are just
how many of us? How many of us back in the day?
Who hates Russell Westbrook?
How many of us back in the day played ball, and when you were scoring, you didn't have to go look at everybody would go visit the book after the joint to see what you had. Come on.
A
lot of dudes knew. I'm counting in my head. I know what I got.
Every time. Every
check
time.
it back into a game. Yo, Shot Paula, who used to keep our stats on the sideline, I used to ask her, like, what's it look like? What it look like? But anyway,
yo, shout out to me. Shout out to me and Howard. Shout out to me and Howard Intramurals because I wouldn't play with Dev Team because I couldn't gun the way I could with bums. So I go and get 30 with the bums and say, y'all got wins, but
Jimmy, this boy used to play with dudes that I've never seen in the gym before. And I know he don't even know him. He ain't know the dudes play with. He just found a team to get on his team. They look like bums. Let me get on their team.
Who gonna let me shoot? Who gonna let me shoot as much as I want?
Yo, but I got 40 though.
It ain't even a let me thing. He just finds some dudes that can't play. They have a choice. He's a stat patter. You chaser. You're a Russell Westbrook. So shout out to him, man. Let's get Tobias on before he hunt me down, try to kill me. Tobias, what's going on, bro? Roll damn Tide.
Roll damn Tide and those guys from Mississippi State who broke into the case, we're going to prosecute them to the extent of law. Hey, Alabama will prosecute them like they were black guys holding weed. Just watch.
Yeah. Alabama got a history of prosecuting.
You ain't lying.
Alabama got a history in a lot of stuff. That sounds like you root for them, but that's neither here nor there. Go ahead, my fault.
Hey, and don't worry. In the second episode of Alabama Shop Talk is out too. Hey, LeBron, check out Dumb. Hey, hope you like Dumb Apple. But hey, can we be honest about this whole Russell Westbrook triple-double? Folks are hating on it. The LeBron stands out there, the big play Shades and Cowhurst. They just mad their boy LeBron didn't do it. Everybody stat pads. And the other teammates are like, hey, go for those points. Hey, get these other rebounds so you get that triple-double. They want their teammates to get those accomplishments because it is so hard to get those accomplishments, and you may not be in a position to do it again.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, you're absolutely right. Everybody does it. That's my point. My point is let's stop with the nonsense where we act like everybody doesn't do it. Like everybody goes for records and stat pads. We all do, not we all do it, but they all do it. I mean, and historically, it's always happened. I remember when Kevin McHale set the all-time. I remember Kevin McHale set the all-time leading record for the Celtics in terms of scoring in one game. And what happened the next game when Bird got out there? His team got in the ball They're like, no, McHale, you cool. McHale, you cool, but this is Bird's team. Let's get him to pass you real quick. And Bird went out and gave the Hawks everything they wanted.
Everything.
You know what else also? And the thing is, it was also a meaningless game. It wasn't like the T-Wolves and the Nuggets where winner goes to the playoffs. It was a meaningless game, too. So, hey, whatever happens in that meaningless game. What's going to change their seeding? Plus, the Grizzlies ain't tried since November to win a game anyway. You don't get me on my Chicago Bulls who can't even tank, right? But that's another story.
Tobias, it was meaningless, and plus they won the game. You know what I'm saying? Like even last
they
night,
won the game.
we know they probably because Markelle Fultz now he has the record for being the youngest person to ever get a triple double. I'm pretty sure they knew like Markelle, you need a couple more rebounds, but they were up by like 30, 40 points. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now if it was somebody from the Bucks trying to stat pad when they down 40, then that's a whole different thing. At least, well, maybe not if it's somebody from the Bucks bench who doesn't get in the games. Then that's a whole different thing. But if it was like Giannis or Parker or somebody out there trying to make sure you get a triple double, that's a little bit different. They fed the ball to
Willie Burton when he was going for 50. When Willie Burton was going for 50, they didn't feed him the ball.
No.
Hey,
how about when Dana Barrow was going for 50?
I got one for y'all. I got one for y'all.
They're not good enough to do it by themselves.
For the Russ haters, right? LeBron lost the finals last year 4-1, but what did we always hear? Hey, he got a triple-double. He averaged a triple-double.
Yeah.
But they lost.
Tobias, every single sports argument changes depending on your personal feelings for what you're arguing for or arguing against. We've been preaching that for the past decade.
I'm going to give you an example.
The same thing
somehow,
for the other people if you don't like that.
Yo, because think about it this way, Tobias. Somehow you turned us bigging up Russell Westbrook into LeBron playing there. I don't know what LeBron is doing.
No.
Like that's usually reserved for B. Austin. B. Austin been real team lately.
I should go with this one. I've always been a big Bulls fan, but I didn't really care about Jordan getting 63 because they lost. They lost.
But here's the thing about that. You're right. It did lose, but a lot of times people don't know that because all you hear about that game is the 63. You don't hear about the fact they lost. You hear about Mike.
Yeah.
You know what, Jim? A lot of facts get taken out of that game. A lot of facts get taken out of that game. The fact that they lost. The fact that the game went to overtime. The fact that was it Ainge? Did Ainge have like 32 or something crazy like that? Or did Bird have 32? Somebody had 32. You know what I'm saying? Somebody from the other side had a decent game. Bird. 63, but
it's like, it's like in Philly here, right? Like, the legend of Hank Gathers, right? And you hear people talk about Hank and the game he had against Shaq. And they always talk about Hank dominated Shaq, which he did, but people don't mention the fact that Shaq had a triple-double that game. Like, so it's one of those things where,
Hank, my man.
But it's one of those things.
Right.
It's who you like. It's like wrestling, man. It's who you like. You know what I mean? Because people love LeBron, and he's that guy right now, so he's going to have people like that. But what I find funny is people act like there isn't always that LeBron type figure. Like Kobe was that figure before LeBron. You had people who loved him, to the point where it was disgusting, and people hated him to the point it was disgusting. Before Kobe, it was Mike. You know, so who's the next guy? Who knows?
Kobe ain't had the type of love that LeBron get though.
Oh my God, yes he did. Yes he did. Yes he did. Yes he did.
There was a stands out there.
Bird had 36.
Yes, they
Bird
did.
had 36 in that game. McHale had 27. Danny Ainge had 24. Dennis Johnson 15. Robert Parrish 13. Damn, they started lineup was crazy.
You know what?
It definitely was crazy.
I know you got the playoffs, so I touched on this Kaepernick story I read and I got out of my training class. You know, the playoffs, I think what happens is it shows how valuable Steph Curry is. Because this team, all I hear from these pundits, well, they got 4 Hall of Fame. Well, they actually got 2, and they got 2 other guys who get in because the NBA is like Oprah. You get in the Hall of Fame. You get in the Hall of Fame. That's what it is. Well, let's just be honest about that one. It just shows how sometimes one guy could really change the team in their whole fortunes, talented or not. And, but I'm ready to cover this story. Go ahead, Jim. I'm sorry.
I'm saying it's sort of like boxing. It's all about styles, and styles make fights. So the thing about his skill set, and he's a great player, but it's not just his greatness; is his skill set and how it fits in with the system that they run. Everything is predicated off like him being the player that he is. So you remove him from that, although you still have players that are like, you know, good players. The system's gone. You know what I mean? So so that makes sense to me because they have looked terrible over the last several games. Like they've looked, I mean, crazy. They got lost by 40. They just got smacked by 40. And you know, even before that, and it's sort of like, you know, part of me wants to feel like they're just sleepwalking anyway because, you know, they don't care about the regular season. But who knows? Because again, his skill set is what their entire offense is predicated around. So you remove him, and you could do that with a lot of players across the league. You know what I'm saying? Like if you remove Ben Simmons from the Sixers, it's a different team.
Yeah, and I don't touch this Kaepernick thing real quick. I read his story, and like everybody talk. Well, see, he said not committed about standing, and my thing was the man said it's the first year he took the knee. He took the knee. He was gonna stand. But what does that have to do with being brought in for a workout? So right there, the Seahawks just showed it was nothing about football. So they just did it right there.
Yeah.
Now, the team has a right to say, do you want to stay in, but it's not about football.
Say this every time. I'm still shocked that people are still, like, coming to this conclusion. Like, y'all didn't know that? Like, year and a half ago?
I think everybody knows it, but the fact that there's still a contingency of people who will never admit that it's not about football. So it's like, how much more proof do you need? So anytime we get more proof, it's like, look at this. Because there's those out, but the people that you're trying to prove this to, they're never going to admit it anyway.
They know what it is.
White supremacy shocks people still.
Because here's the thing. Look at Eric. Look at Eric Reed. Hey, look at Eric Reed. He was a former Pro Bowl safety for the 49ers. Now they call him Mars. And this guy was a multiple-time Pro Bowler.
No, not former. Not former. He's a current, like as
he made it this year, right?
He's a current Pro Bowl safety. Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't keep on the roster. Yeah, and they changed the position. But maybe sometimes teams do that, try things out. They was out of it. But the thing was, this man's still in the prime of his career. Right there is showing us it's not about football. And the thing is, here's the part that kills me about this whole thing. Like the owners, they have a right to ask that stuff what they want to do. The part that kills me is all I hear about is white people being mad. I got 2 things on this. I know you guys got to go. The NFL seems like they don't care about the black customer base and what the black people want because black people like Jimmy didn't watch this season. They don't care about the black dollar, obviously. But also, I would love to hear from these people, black people say there's another way, to tell me what is the not make white people way of doing things, especially when you got unarmed black people still getting killed by police on camera, and these people not even going to jail at all. But the black guy who killed the white woman in Minnesota, he got charged of murder. But the Hispanic cop who shot in the car killed Philando Castile in front of a 4-year-old girl couldn't even get a damn child endangerment charge. Oh, but we supposed to be saying, hey, everything is all good. They don't want to talk about that. But
we hear you, man. We know. It's crazy out there. But Tobias, man, as usual, thanks for your call, man. We appreciate it, and we holler at you next week, all right?
Roll damn Tide, fellas. Hey, Jimmy, segregation now, segregation forever. Roll Tide, baby.
All right, real quick, man. I'm going to run off the list of the playoff matchups. Just let me know who y'all think is going to win and in how many games. So we'll start out west with the number 1 seed, Houston Rockets, versus the 8 seed, Minnesota Timberwolves. Who y'all got?
Clint Capella.
One of the top centers in the league. He is trash.
Yeah, I'm going with Clint Capella, too.
How many games? What y'all?
One.
Totally disrespect Timber. I don't want to totally disrespect the Timberwolves, so I'm thinking 5 or 6, but I'm going to go with Rockets in 5. Timberwolves are talented, and having Jimmy back is a big deal, but I don't know if they're ready. I mean, they had to eke into the playoffs.
Rockets in 6.
The 4 seed Thunder versus the 5 seed, this very surprising Utah Jazz. Y'all got in that one?
Yo, I don't even know how
Thunder
Utah,
in 5.
Yo, why is Utah in the playoffs? Like, what's wrong with them? I'm going to go with the Thunder just because, they have
they got the defensive player of the year anchoring it. They got
so I'm gonna go with the Thunder.
They got Rick Rubio running it. They got your man Ingles shooting it. And they got your man Donovan doing whatever the hell he want to do.
Young Donovan Bryant.
Wait, did you say
I'm going
Utah
with the No, I'm going with the Thunder.
I don't like his first name.
I thought about that. I was like, the boy name is Donovan, but the boy got majors. Like, he think he Kobe.
Major game.
His shot selection screams Kobe and Russ. I'm gonna go with Thunder in 6 as well. What about you, B? Hurry up, man. We gotta go.
What's that matchup? Give me that matchup again.
Thunder and Jazz. 4-5 matchup. Thunder in 5. Thunder in 5. Damn. So they finally gonna wake up, I guess. 3 seed Trailblazers versus the 6 seed Pelicans. This for me is actually the hardest one to pick. I'm gonna go. Damn. I was about to go Pelicans. I'm gonna go Blazers in 7. I got Dame showing off in Game 7 to edge out the Pelicans. I think I'm gonna regret that pick. Who y'all got?
I'm taking Dame and McCullough. I'm taking that Blazers backcourt, and I'm taking them in 6 as well. No disrespect.
And Austin said Blazers in 6 as well. Number 2 seed Warriors against the number 7 seed Spurs. Without Kawhi, unless
Warriors
he
in 2.
Unless
Warriors
Kawhi
in
gonna
2.
get his Willis Reed on.
Warriors in 2 games.
Warriors in 5.
Always gotta put some respect on the Spurs name. I think these dudes gonna wake up as well. Not the Spurs, the Warriors. I would say the Warriors in 5 as well. Over to the East.
Y'all black people, y'all play spades. If y'all play spades, the Warriors about to run a Boston on San Antonio.
We get the 1 seed Raptors in the East versus the 8 seed Washingtonian Wizards. And I got the Raptors and Wizards. That team, they could turn it on and give you the series of your life. I'm gonna go Raptors in 7. They go on to the brink with this. This could easily be an 8-1 upset.
I'm taking the Raptors in 4.
Damn.
I'm taking the Raptors in 5 because them dudes in DC are underachievers and they gave Otto Porter $90 million. They're gonna pay for that in this series.
All right, you got the 4-5 matchup with the Cavaliers hosting the Pacers. The Pacers won the season series 3-1. That mean anything?
Yo.
I got Brianna in 6.
Oladipo girl is nice. My fault. I'm taking the Cavs.
That's why I said I got her in 6.
Yeah, but I still got to take the Cavs in 6. Yeah, Cavs will pull the series out. They'll win the first couple of games and they'll lose a couple and look like they're going. But the Cavs in 6.
I got the Cavs in 6 as well. I wanted to say 5, but these aren't the same Pacers. You know, there was a different Pacer team that looked talented enough to get these dudes a game and just went out there and laid the egg. And Paul George is my man, but that was those Paul George-led teams. I think Oladipo might be a little hungry dude right now. You know, Miles Turner, got my man Thad Young. Cavs in 6.
You see what Oladipo go home to?
3-6 matchup. We got the 76ers versus the Miami Heat. The more I think about this matchup, the more I'm a little nervous. They get the Sixers in trouble during the regular season. They split the season series. But the way that they're playing right now, I'll go Sixers in 6. If it goes 7, they're in trouble, man, because these late game and clutch situations, they still can dust off an old-ass Dwayne Wade at the end of games and let him go to work. And he did a couple of times in the regular season against the Sixers.
D-Wade be like, look,
Sixers
I ain't doing much. Just wake me up in the fourth quarter because I'm going to take this snap.
Wake me up. Sixers in 6.
I'm taking the Sixers in 6
Sixers in 5. Dwayne Wade to get a Heat one game, and the Sixers will forget that they're good, and they'll lose it because they're young. But Miami don't want no smoke, yo. They don't want no smoke.
No smoke process. All right, the 2 seed Celtics without Kyrie versus the Bucks. I would have originally. Did you say who? What did you say, B?
No, I said F the process. Go ahead. My bad.
He no matter the confidence he got in the team, Jimmy, he's still going to the
process. Like the process ain't the reason they want the team straight.
He gonna die on that sword.
It ain't.
He gonna fight on that line. 2 seed Celtics versus the 7 seed Milwaukee Bucks. I originally thought, like, without Kyrie, like, these dudes ain't going to make it out of the first round. But
I did, too, until last night.
The way the Bucks have played lately, and especially last night, I mean, that could have been a wake-up call for them. And I'm going to take it as such. And I'm going to go – I still think the Celtics are a scrappy bunch, so I got Bucks in 7.
Yo, man, Jason Kidd didn't get his life to. I'm going to take the Celtics just because I think that they're well coached. And I'm
I
gonna
hope the Celtics win. Actually, but because no matter, even though the Sixers did what they did to the Bucks last night, still not confident that it's just going to be that easy in a 7-game series.
Bucks in 7.
All right, that's what's up. So that's our round playoff picks, and we got to blow quickly through these grind topics and birthdays. So. You guys, you know the deal. You can check out our website at warroomsports.com. While you're there, make sure you browse around. But if you want to call in and speak to us about any of tonight's topics, make sure you dial the Digital Extreme Tech hotline at 323-410-0012. Press 1 when prompted, but if you're already listening from your phone, just press 1 if you want to talk. And I see we got a couple more callers on the line. We're going to get to you right after we do these hot topics and birthdays. So hang tight on that phone line. We're going to get to you in about 5 to 10 minutes. All right. So while y'all on the grind, what's up, Jim? What happened this week?
Absolutely. While You on the Grind is brought to you by Sports the Book, and I'll just be very brief with this. It's the greatest sports book known to man. You can pick it up at sportsthebook.com or go right to our hub at warroomsports.com. It's just that simple. But it's time to talk about what happened this week. While You on the Grind. Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor, there's a rumor that they're going to fight in a barefoot boxing match. They're calling it MMA, but it's MMA with specific rules, which breaks down to nothing but a barefoot boxing match. Why would one want to barefoot box? I have no idea. I guess they're just trying to keep robbing us of as much money as possible because there's no one who has I've seen online or just who said this is a good idea. Although everyone who hates it also admits they're going to watch. So it's kind of weird that way.
This is the tweet that started it all, Jim. Omar Al-Rassi, he tweeted, Floyd Mayweather will fight Conor McGregor in the octagon with 4-ounce gloves, no shoes, 5-minute rounds, and a 155-pound division. No kicks, no takedowns, no elbows, no knees. Certain things will be allowed, like the clinch. What is the point of this? Shout out to our partner, our War Room Sports partner, PJ, who said this is essentially a barefoot slapbox.
Robbery.
What is it? Like, why? Like, Jim, tell me. Guess they taking their shoes off for if you can't kick. If you can't kick, why are you taking your shoes off?
Yo, in what a time. Salute to Jimmy. # what a time to be alive. Robbery is legal.
Or you can just get in the octagon with no shoes on but can't kick nobody.
Y'all just want to air their feet out and box.
I'm saying, like, don't nobody want to see your toes if y'all not kicking each other. Like, nobody want to see that.
Yo,
man, what
here's
the
crazy part, Deb. Like I said, no one thinks it's a good idea, but everybody wants to watch. Because we can't turn away from that. It's like watching a car accident. Like, we just gonna have to look, even though we don't want to. You don't want to.
I ain't paying for this.
I hate them for this.
I ain't paying the $5.
Yo, I hate them for
I went with the okey doke after all the stuff I took last time. I went with the okey doke and paid for that trash. I ain't paying for this, man. I ain't paying $5.
Yo, anyway, man. Just to jump on to the next story, man. We talked about the NBA.
Oh, wait, real quick, Jim. I heard
Uh-huh.
the dude, like Dana White said, none of it is even close to true. Dumbest ish I've ever heard. And the dude is kind of backing down off of his tweet a little bit. So it might not be true. Hopefully it's not. But go ahead.
Yeah, but peep this though, right? So we talked about record attendance at the NBA games. We have record attendance in the Major League Baseball, although it's not on the good side. The White Sox game the other day literally had 974 fans show up. Yo, that's less than a stack. And you guys know how big baseball stadiums are. And the pictures were so egregious, yo. It was like they're playing in front of an empty stadium, essentially.
Yo, it is. Like, you can sit anywhere you want to sit. Like, if you're sitting in the top deck of this game, like, what's wrong with you? Like, what's the matter with you? What's the matter with you? They said paid attendance.
I went and sat on the field.
They said paid attendance 10,377 people, but the actual people who came through the turnstiles, 974. That's crazy.
And that's egregious because they want people there to pretty much buy beer and concession. I know people got sent home early who work concessions. Like, we don't need you here tonight. Like, why are you here?
See, Jim, this is a team that won a championship like last day, whenever the last time they won.
Yeah.
And be the Sixers after we sell out for LeBron. We might not even win one.
Yo,
we're gonna be back to this.
Last
12
story
people
we gotta
came
talk
to the
about, man.
Sixers.
We gotta talk about the cornball brother, man, Tristan Thompson, man. Well, first off, congratulations because his baby mama got her married now, but she just had a baby today. They had a baby girl that seems to be healthy, so congratulations to them. But a couple of days ago, a story broke about him being caught on camera cheating on his pregnant wife because she was pregnant at the time. And not just cheating, he was drawing. Boy was in the club, tongue kissing two Johns.
He was single. If he was
he
single,
was tongue kissing two. He was tongue kissing two IG models. You know what I'm saying? He was rubbing his Yo, what is wrong with this dude? He got caught another footage going into a hotel with a chick. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where
there's rumors that he has somebody else pregnant right now. So they call him third trimester Tristan because, Chloe can be as mad as she wants, but Karma is a baby back biatch because this is the same way she got him. Apparently, while his first baby mom was pregnant in her third trimester, that's when Tristan and Chloe started getting together. So, it's
Mason
basically
Becker said, if she got with you and she already had a man, why would she cheat? Mason Becker told y'all about it. I'm sorry. When I'm in the club and I'm in the thing, I don't know what he said. But anyway, bottom line is, Tristan.
I can add no value to this.
Yo, Tristan is tripping for the simple fact that, I mean, let me be careful with what I say here. On camera,
Clean it up.
I'm
I mean,
just
at the end of the day, there's a
saying.
camera everywhere. So if you're indoors at a club or hookah lounge, wherever you are, come on, dog.
And here's the thing. You're a professional athlete, right? And I'm not saying that it's right, but I know that, like, with certain professional athletes, like, their chicks don't care. Just don't embarrass me. You embarrassed her, cuz. Yeah. Shit, I mean, not even professional athletes. There's some chicks in general. Like,
she's a Kardashian. Her last name is embarrassing.
Nah, well, she got more money than him, but this is another case. She's cool because she's not going to have to spend it because she's going to get due for child support for the next 18 years.
Somewhere, Lamar
the
Odom
Kardashians
is
win
with
again.
an 8-ball in front of him. Lamar Odom is somewhere with an 8-ball sitting right in front of him, laughing his ass off.
OJ gonna have words with Tristan or not over his daughter?
Yo, y'all sloppy with that one. Yo, man, Lamar Odom
Caitlyn Jenner gonna have a man-to-man with him.
South Bronx laughing at this, John. But I mean,
Caitlyn Jenner gonna have
I kind of blame LeBron for this. LeBron should have put all that money in his pocket because now he acting out of control. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Austin, you got to see the footage. My man is not just he's out here. He out here tongue kissing randoms. My man's out here. Yo, how you tongue kiss somebody?
I don't know if y'all know this, but there's certain people that I refuse to support. That family being one of them. Loving him, I can't support Tristan Thompson from an NBA perspective. Kevin Ollie, them type dudes, I can't support, man. I can't.
Yo, what do Kevin Ollie got to do with this? How does Kevin Ollie fit into this?
At least he can coach the game.
Yo, man.
He should.
Yo.
All right, what else happened?
I should have got paid that salary that he got.
Yo, that's all I want to know, man. Listen, man. Last story I want to talk about is Meek Mill, who's rumored to be coming home next week. Who knows what's going to happen? But his guest list has been full. He's been visited by the Sixers team. He's been visited by
Flyers
the
already
governors.
must be shook up by the rumor, Jim. He's already got there.
Yo. And last week this past week he got visited in jail by Robert.
And a few more people actually.
Why?
You know, and I've seen.
What was that conversation?
Jim, I've seen a lot of black people giving Robert Kraft props and respect for doing this. Like,
really?
I'm like, yeah, like, come on.
I
guess I'm just bred to just be suspicious of ulterior motives. You know, what are you trying to do for your reputation by doing this? You know what I'm saying? Are you trying to lessen your MAGA reputation that everybody was dogging you for just 6 months ago? Now those same people giving you props because you went to visit Meek Mill in jail.
This is the
Secondly, B,
this is the
how do you even get in
buying
there?
Jordan.
You're not on his guest list.
This is the equivalent. This is the equivalent of buying Jordans for black players staying out of bad behavior.
You stay out of trouble. Take these J's.
Shout out to the New York Giants.
A lot of good that did for that team.
Yeah, I don't understand. I mean, obviously things are getting done now because there's rumors that he's going to be released. So, I mean, I'm not saying just Robert Kraft did that because I believe the mayor of Philadelphia would have gone to visit too. Like, there's a lot of people that's going to visit.
My man had Ben Simmons and Markelle Fultz pulled up on him with the Sixers owner.
Now, this is my thing, Jim.
So,
if this happens and he really does get out, we know that, the sentence seems way unfair in the first place. But if he gets out and does something else to go back in, like, do you think in the long run all of these people that's banging for him will look a little silly or feel a little played or whatever?
I mean, because here's the thing. At this point, he's had so much support. I mean, complete rallies where Dr. J shows up, for Christ's sake. Like, he's had rallies. They played
his song like 64 times at the Eagles parade. It was like their rally call.
I mean, the Sixers play it at every home game. Sixers play at every home game. It's like he's gotten so much support. There's going to be a lot of pressure on him, and I think that he should use his platform for good. That's kind of the argument I was having earlier in the chat. Like, I I'm not hating on him, nor do I think he should be there. But my thing is, now because
Jim, you don't even got to qualify that. You don't even got to qualify that. Where you're going is exactly where you should go as a mature black man, educated of a certain age. Like, salute to Meek. Meek, it's not even about him per se. It's what this symbolizes. Like, there's so much wrong with this, and it's really all about the decision and choices he makes from now on to utilize that platform, because he should be standing up in front of the world pointing at the fact that there's millions of young black men like myself that get mistreated by the justice system and sentenced
and Robert Kraft
get these crazy sentences for nothing.
That's all I'm saying.
And Robert Kraft isn't fighting for them.
He's sitting with people.
So,
he's sitting with people right now. That's getting
all these white people got to do is go grab a photo op. Basically, they're grabbing a photo op to say, look, I went and visited one of you famous monkeys in jail, and then the black people are fooled. Like, how idiotic are you as a black person if you support? Oh man, he got Robert Kraft. Man, Robert Kraft is all right. Yo, Robert Kraft would own a plantation and just treat his slaves a little bit better than, say, Donald Trump would. That's all that is. And black people are fooled by it. Like, yo, don't get me started.
It's not even about being
you
fooled.
It makes it clear that we have to do something with criminal justice reform. All right,
I agree with that. But most of our people, man, really believe that ICE is colder and that they're, their rights is white. Hey, listen, man. We just struggle with that, man. We need support from them.
Jim, in the words of Faison, in the words of the wise Faison Love, yo, most black people love Massa, man. To this day, in 2018, man, they love Massa. They love Massa.
You're not legit. I had this conversation with someone the other day. We were having a conversation about HBCU, and to hear, and this is someone who's an educated person of color. Let's put it that way. But everybody who gets kinfolk hates your kinfolk. And some of the comments they were making about HBCUs, I was sitting there like, are you serious? Like, because, it's one of those things where it has to be validated by them before we think anything is good. But this is a whole deep conversation that we don't really want to get into because, but the bottom line is, I have no idea what that conversation was like. But it is what it is, man. In terms of relating it to sports, there's a lot of Philadelphia fans who believe that Meek Mill sacrificed his freedom so the Eagles could win the Super Bowl and so the Sixers could turn their franchise around. Wouldn't it be crazy if he came out and the Sixers lost in the first round? Somebody would probably plant drugs on him.
Yeah, and what if it's not even close? What if he come out and then Sixers get swept?
I guess the Eagles start off 0-6.
Mm-hmm. And
somebody, one of these crazy Philly fans that go plant something on, they put a case on his ass, like Alonzo said. Put a case on every last one of you.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
all right,
man.
so
Deb, get a birthday shout out so we can move on, man.
Yeah, birthday shout out. And these are real quick. The birthdays are brought to you by whoever created you. So shout out to them. Ted Ginn Jr. Turned 33 years old. Ted Ginn is he's a vet. He's a grizzled vet in the NFL now. That gonna make his game any better or his hands? I don't know. But shout out to him on his 33rd. Brad Miller. He was a pretty decent center in his day, but what I remember Brad Miller for the most is
Shaq
getting punched in the back of his ear by Shaq because Shaq missed his head and kind of nipped the back of his ear and almost knocked it off. Brad Miller probably was real lucky that Shaq can't fight because even if he can't fight, he's still 7'1", 350 pounds, and if he punches you in your face, it's gonna hurt really, really bad. So shout out to Brad Miller.
You ain't gotta be able to fight. You ain't gotta be able to fight when you're that big.
And last but not least, rest in peace. Shout out to Ralph Wiley,
the God,
former journalist who was born April 12th, 1952, and passed away, left us too early, June 13th, 2004. We'd like to give a war room salute to all of these folks on their birthdays. All right, and before we get into some more NBA talk and hit these phone lines again, you guys can check out our website at warroomsports.com. If you want to call in and speak with us about any NBA topics, namely, we're about to get into this Rookie of the Year thing, and then we're going to actually give you guys our awards picks for the season. You can call us at the Digital Extreme Technologies hotline, 323-410-0012. Press 1 when prompted. If you're already listening from your phone, just press 1 if you want to talk. Holla.
Already, it's time to talk about the National Basketball Association, and this is brought to you by Digital Extreme Technologies. Listen, do you need a custom website for your business? Here's how you do it. Hit up Digital Extreme Technologies at digitalextremetech.com. Or you can call them at 267-205-4203. You definitely need a professional website. To all you ladies of the evening, I saw the government shut down Backpage. You have to get a professional website to sell your product at digitalextremetech.com because, yes, you have a product. Anyway.
Shout out to Rock the Bell Radio.
Let it pop.
Truthfully, so far, I like Backspin better, but we'll talk about that later.
Damn, that's ugly. Yo, man, so
Jim,
we talked a little bit about this earlier.
Sorry to cut you off real quick. Have you ever heard of pickleball? Ever heard of a game called pickleball?
No.
Yes, tell us about pickleball.
Pause, no.
Something I learned about at almost 41 years old. I've never heard of the game called pickleball. So we'll talk about that another time. I just wanted to know.
I have no idea. Where you going with that?
I played it with a couple young ladies in the Howard Plaza Towers and at Howard University. I think that's what they're talking about.
Shout out to the Line Area Central on the second floor. But yo, listen, real quick.
You nasty.
Yo, real quick though.
Government office. Huh?
Yo, you're funny. Yo, shout out to Sherman Street where you pulled. Never mind. Listen, the rookie of the year debate, right? We talked a little bit about this earlier. It's become very contested over the last week. Some say due to Adidas putting some marketing dollars behind it, which I thought was kind of brilliant.
WWE.
I thought it was kind of brilliant because it got the people talking about it. But it seems to come down to the two gentlemen, Ben Simmons, who was having his rookie season or his first year in the league. He's not, so depends upon how you want to define it. And Donovan, what's his name? Spider Mitchell? They call him Spider? Donovan Spider Mitchell? But anyway.
Spider
Mitchell.
Not Spider. Okay, he plugged it. Listen, so Donovan Mitchell, who's having an amazing season in Utah. He's having a great season at Utah, and you have Ben Simmons. So it seems to come down to these two guys. There's been some back and forth between the two. Me personally, I like the fact, excuse my language, that both rookies are with the shit. Like, I think it's amazing that they're making this a thing and that they're not lovey-dovey. They're like, yo, I'm the best. The other boy's like, yo, I'm the best. Like, I think that's dope.
I got Ben's quote, Jim, that started the whole beef this week.
Okay, well, let's start with Ben's quote. Let's hear Ben's quote.
They asked Ben, who would he pick if he had to pick? He said, who would I pick? Me, 100%. They asked him why. He said, I think I've been playing solid all year. If you look at the numbers, you'll see. People who know the game know. And he also said, like, he asked Ben if any other rookies have caught his attention. And Ben was like, nah. So everybody took that as a diss. Might have been a little bit of shots fired in there. But he said, nah. But then he went on to say, he's like, I look at players like LeBron and Westbrook and KD and people like that because I want to be one of the greats. So that's where I focus my attention. So he kind of tried to elaborate on it, but of course we're gonna take the part of the quote we want. We're gonna say, nah, nobody caught his attention. First thing you see, Spider Mitchell, he tweets about it. He kind of does a little tweet, and then he comes in to his next game with a hoodie on, an Adidas hoodie that has the definition of rookie on it. It's kind of a brilliant shot, but it kind of backfired in my opinion because I think they should have found a definition. I was telling people this earlier. If you look up a word in the dictionary, most of the time you can get like a good 5-6 definitions. I would have tried to find a definition that didn't have the word play in it because I think the one he found said something like being a playing for a professional team I don't know, I'll find it, but it had the word play in it. And if we're going to keep this thing up about Ben Simmons not being a real rookie, having your definition say playing your first year with a professional organization doesn't really make your point, because Ben Simmons, not even technically, he literally did not play last season. But like Jimmy said, it's exciting. We've talked about it all week. Mitchell wore another shirt the last night of the season. It was just a red shirt with the word rookie on it with a question mark behind it. So, B, what do you think of the shots that Mitchell's been sending for the last 2 nights? Do you think it's kind of whining, for the award, or do you think it was like brilliant shots being taken?
No, I love it. I love the attitude. We've talked about it ad nauseum on this program. I'm tired of the buddy ball. We didn't grow up in an era where even friends were friends in between the lines. So I don't mind anything that leads to a level of competitiveness being increased. I don't think it's bad blood. I don't think it's anything ill will towards one another. They just saying, yo, I'm the best. So when they hoist their co-rookie trophy, they're probably going to exchange numbers and be best friends after that. And then you're going to be mad that you said all of this. And then I'm gonna slam them verbally.
And here's what's
the definition on his
shirt
said, an athlete playing in his or her first season as a member of a professional sports team. That actually describes Ben Simmons, an athlete playing in his or her first season as a member of a professional sports team.
I guess that's if we don't count the preseason. Now, here's my thing, because it's off semantics. my thing is this, though. There's a current rule, but I'm not going to lie, because I went back and listened.
Bad line in a diss track.
If you listen to the actual the first season that because we were actually on the air when Blake Griffin played his first season in the league. So I'm on record of saying that I think it's unfair for Blake to win the Rookie of the Year. And all the reasons that people are giving now for Ben, I actually said that on the air because I'm ahead of my time. I don't think my parents met yet. Anyway, so I said all those things back when Blake won.
All right, well, let me say some of those things because we're not going to give our picks yet because we're going to do our awards right after. Let me give some of those reasons that people have been, saying. They're basically saying, Ben is a redshirt rookie. They're saying he had the benefit. First of all, they said he was collecting an NBA check. I don't really know how that makes your game better. He also had the benefit of practicing with an NBA team. I don't know how you practice with a broken foot. He had the I believe this part. He had the advantage of learning, at the foot of NBA coaches and things like that. I can't go on his team because there wasn't really a veteran presence on the team last year that was worth learning from. So the way the process was set up, it still was kind of hard sledding trying to, get that knowledge. You couldn't really soak anything in from any veterans. But I will say this, he's very close with the coach because he coached his dad over in Australia or knows his dad, and he's known Ben since he was a little boy. So he does take, rookie or not, playing or not, he takes a special interest in Ben Simmons, and he did make sure that he kept him, well, at least he kept him engaged mentally throughout the season. Okay, that's something that you might not get. So I actually understand. I can see both sides of this argument. If people are going to argue for Donovan not a rookie, I understand that. Right now, the rule is what it is. So, at some point we got to judge this race on actual merit. I've actually talked to some people that says, no, I just think Donovan Mitchell had a better season. And I actually respect that more than all the whining about who had.
I was actually going to say that. I was going to say without all the semantics, without all that in the words of Large Professor, without all that mambo jambo. Without all that mambo jambo, you can make the argument that Donovan Mitchell's had a better season. I mean, it's hard when you look at the statistics and some of the stuff that's been done, but Donovan Mitchell has had an amazing season. So I'm saying, if I'm him, and Ben wins, I would feel like I got robbed. But if I'm Ben and he wins, and this is my first chance of trying to get the Rookie of the Year, I would feel like I'm robbed too. So, here comes the Jason Kidd, Grant Hills of the world. This is what's going to happen because.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen because that's what makes the league look the best in this situation.
And crazy thing is, if Ben would have had this kind of season last year, if he was able to play, he would have won it hands down because last year's Rookie of the Year class was Garbito Sabonis. It was straight trash. Yeah. It was horrendous. Like, I didn't realize until I was trying to think. It took me a while to think who won the Rookie of the Year last year. And it was
but we might have had the same issue that we have this year, and it would have been arguing against his teammates. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I mean, because you never know what happened. Like, if Ben doesn't get hurt, maybe for some spectacular reason, they're a little better last year, and maybe they would have been trying to fight for an 8th seed last year. Joel Embiid doesn't get shut down. If he wins, I mean, if he plays the way he played last year.
Yeah, I got you. I understand what you're saying. But it's just
they might give it to Joel, and then we're going to be like, well, he had 2 years.
I think this goes to what we
even
talked
Dario
about at the beginning of the show. This is just proof positive that there are a lot of young, great players because both of these dudes are gamers, and I want to see both of these guys as their career progresses because crazy part is, up until maybe a month ago, I thought Donovan had it hands down because unlike my brother Hank, who said he watched Donovan Mitchell for 5 minutes and said the bum. I've watched Donovan play this year, and it's like,
I think it would have been,
this boy's.
Yeah, he's fearless on the offensive end. Like he's like I said earlier, he has the Kobe Westbrook mentality. Like his shot selection, you would think like a lot of times they tell you, well, he's young, he's a rookie, he'll grow out of that. He might not though because he's already the man as a rookie. He's already.
And that's what's crazy.
He's not just
when you watch
do nothing
Utah,
but go up, and his superstars to go up. And once you're a superstar, you don't care what kind of shot you take.
When you watch Utah play, it's interesting to me that, like, from a mental state, like he's literally the leader of that team. Like, it's crazy to see someone control pace, even though sometimes it's erratic, and control the team the way he does as a rookie. And when you see them make the playoffs, you have to give him a lot of credit for that as well. But he's definitely one of those players that B. Austin will be his manager. If you ever watched him play, you would be his manager because he's like shoot first and shoot second. Like, that's who he is. He's a Jack Daddy. He's definitely a Jack Daddy, but he's talented though. Like, and he's fearless, and he goes to the rack, and he will break your ankle. So, but Ben on the other hand is like stat machine. Go ahead.
Yeah, Ben is definitely a walking stat machine, and I know we'll get into it later. That's my vote for Rookie of the Year. I'm going with a little bit of homer bias. I've seen Donovan Mitchell play twice, and I never understood when people look at scoring points as a bad thing. Not saying you are, Jimmy, but it just, like, I've heard the criticisms, he shoots too much, or he scores points. They do not tally up any other statistic to tell you who won a game. And this young man is talented at scoring points that lead to winning the game. Bright future ahead.
All right, well, we'll get into our picks, but let me get Rob on for 1 minute because we're about to go. I don't want him to, he's been holding for a while.
I ain't gonna be one.
Rob out in Cali. What's going on, Rob? We got this quick because we got to give our picks. You got a thought on this Rookie of the Year stuff?
What's up, y'all? It's about damn time, man. Shoot, man, y'all had me weighing like I was like shoot, like
man, shut
my
up.
mom was pregnant with
picks,
twins again.
All right, man. What's up, man? We only got
shout out to Jimmy, man. Love your hair, man. I didn't know if you was out there.
Whoa, pause.
I know you was out there.
What? What you say?
I said shout out to Jimmy, man. I know
you
was out there.
He loved your hair.
Yo,
no, he looked like Gerald Levert. I was like, yo. I was like, yo, is this singing at a concert? No. Well,
I was out there meeting with the cartel, beloved.
Yo, you probably did you trick them and say you were Gerald Levert or something, man? Or
yo, man, what's your sports point, man? Yo, what's your sports point, dog? Because you know they're gonna give me hell for this, man.
Hey, yo, I'm comfortable with myself. I'm good.
You are
Hey,
gay.
Yo, hey, Austin, stop, cuz.
Come on, Rob. Yo, we gotta give our picks, man. What's up, Rob?
He's
What you want to talk
dead.
about?
Rob, who you guys rookie of the year, Rob? Who's
Who's the
rookie of the year?
Rookie of the year, Lonzo Ball.
Gerald Levert. You said Lonzo Ball.
He said Lonzo Ball.
Yo, you ain't really seen Lonzo Ball this year. Andre Ingram has had a better rookie season than Lonzo Ball, though.
Hell no. I know you didn't say that. Hell no.
Yo,
he was injured majority of the year. He still showed up and showed out. And
no, that's your serious pick?
I'm just listen. I was just playing about that. Listen, the real rookie of the year to me is Ben
You wasn't
Simmons.
playing about Jimmy looking
Simmons.
like Gerald Levert, though.
Nah. Hey, I'm comfortable with myself.
Rest
I
in
got
peace
no
to
shame.
Gerald
I'm
Levert.
good. R.I.P. But yo, on the real, I really think it's Ben Simmons. Shout out to the Sixers. I want to take I want to apologize for all the Sixers jokes I said. What the hell?
You not tired of that, Rob?
They can't. Huh?
You're not tired of being so loud wrong and having to apologize?
Yo, you give you props for doing it for a quarterback.
I give you props for doing it. I give you props for being a man about yours and apologizing. You ain't that. Like, if you stop being so loud and obnoxiously wrong, you won't have to keep doing it, though. But I give you props for doing it.
No. Some things I'm strong on, and some things I'm not. Like, the other time,
Yo,
like
you
this
were strong on Jimmy looking
like
like Gerald Levert.
Hey, Austin,
come on, man, we're not
chill, beloved.
Let him finish.
Y'all never gonna leave that. But no, because like there was some things.
Extracting that clip.
Oh man, like there was some. There were some things like some dude called me a coon online because I was criticizing Robert Griffin III. I was criticizing Bob Norbert. And I think he comes out of y'all area of D.C. And I was just like, really? So I don't know. They're
the only people left, Rob. The D.C. people are the only people left who defend Robert Griffin. So he has to be from D.C.
I mean, and another thing with the whole Meek Mill thing, I am very critical of Meek. I won't say critical of Meek Mill. It's just that I don't understand. Like, I understand it's a system. I understand the system is corrupt. I understand poverty. I understand white supremacy. I understand the prison culture. Brothers go in and out. You know how the product of it. You know, I send family members in my household money. Damn near every check. For to help them out. But Meek Mill is a dude who violates his parole because he wants to. Meek Mill is I ain't gonna say the N-word, but come on, like, free Mambio beat Bull Jamal. Don't free Meek Mill. If you want to free somebody from Philly, come on, free Mambia.
Mumia.
They're trying to kill him up in there.
It's Mumia, brother. That's Mumia, man.
Yeah, because I don't get caught up in the hype. Like, was this case kind of corrupt because the cop was corrupt? Yeah. If this dude goes back to jail again, then what are we gonna say then? I don't want to hear say no Negro defending him. That's like some of these heifers out here getting on Tristan Thompson where they would defend Black China for cheating. That trifling hoe. I ain't gonna lie. Too long's gonna make it right. These hoes are loyal.
So you gotta go. Rob,
we gotta go. So just tell us a name. League MVP.
Yo, league MVP Ben Simmons, and Jimmy, give me a copy of your album coming out, man.
Yo, man, no comment, man. We gotta move on.
Man is on your top.
I had to did that. There was too much of that energy.
Yo, I'm passed out, yo. I'm passed
out.
Why
did Austin have to be on the show tonight, yo? Why Austin have to be on the show tonight?
All right, man.
Yo, anyway, listen, man.
Run through these picks.
Listen,
I'm going to go first.
I'm in there. All right, here we go. We're going to do most improved player. I'll go first. And my most improved player, I'm going with Victor Oladipo because he went from, a guy that was on the come up to having a superstar young lady and going to the next level. My sixth man of the year.
Victor. Go ahead.
No, I'm not going to go through the whole thing.
Go ahead. Go through your whole list.
All right. So, sixth man of the year, I'm going with Lou Williams. Defensive player of the year, I'm going with the face of defense, Rudy Gobert. Coach of the year, now watch what I do here because I'm about to take the coward out for these next two picks. Coach of the year, I'm taking Quinn Snyder as well as Brett Brown. Rookie of the year, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm taking co-rookie of the year, Ben Simmons and Donovan Mitchell because I'm being a coward. And my MVP, I'm actually taking LeBron James as the most valuable player in the league.
LeBron James, MVP.
LeBron James.
All right.
He's doing that because Harden's a coward. My coach of the year is Brett Brown.
You starting your own.
Most improved is Spencer Dinwiddie.
That's my dude. Six man.
That's your dude. Defensive player of the year, Draymond Green.
What? Yo, Austin ain't watch no hoops, yo.
Six man is definitely Lou Willville. I thought about Jamal, but I can't. He in the nursing home almost.
Rookie and MVP. Come on, I want to turn
Ben Simmons. MVP is the blood boy, the gang boy with the beard. Harden.
All right, most improved for me, like I said it already, Victor Oladipo. Shout out to my homie Spencer Dinwiddie, though. Sixth man of the year, I'll go Lou Will as well. Coach of the year was the hardest one to pick, man. I had Quinn Snyder, Brad Stevens, Brett Brown, Nate McMillan, and surprisingly Greg Popovich, because he actually had to do his best coaching job in a minute to get the Spurs to where they are. But I'm actually going to go with Brad Stevens, man, from the Celtics. They were supposed to be a top 2 seed in the Eastern Conference this season, but injury-wise, things didn't go the way that they needed them to go. Lost his second best player on the first minute of the season, lost Kyrie, all through the season, and then lost him for good at the end. Traded a couple dudes in the offseason. I'm going to go with Brad Stevens because he kept that shit afloat and still got the top 2 seed in the Eastern Conference. Defensive player of the year. Yeah, defensive player of the year, I'm going to go with Rudy Gobert. Even though he missed a pretty significant amount of time, I still think he's that dominant on the defensive end that he still should get this award from me. Rookie of the year, shout out to the homie Donovan Mitchell. I'm going to go with Ben Simmons, and it's not a homer thing. I'm not factoring in once they change the rules, and, then I'll change the way I vote for it. But Ben Simmons, as Jimmy pointed out a lot, like after Joel Embiid went down and during this winning streak where he's basically averaging damn near triple-double during this winning streak, I think that's when he separated himself the most. During the season. And the MVP, I'm going to go with LeBron James as well. Shout out to the Beard. Shout out to Russ. Shout out to LeBron. It's a shame that my expectations are to the point where I'm definitely giving him props for playing 82 games because, we didn't always have to do that. But this was a season where we even joked before the season. We all thought LeBron was going to take off like a half a season resting. But his team, the way it was set up this season, it was a little surprising. So he had to do his thing, and I think the King has dominated all the way through. But shout out to the Beard and shout out to Russ. Anyway, so let's get the heck up out of here.
Before we get out of here, I just want to say a shout out to Kobe Bryant, who's tweeted out that he thinks Quinn Snyder is the coach of the year, and he's probably gonna make a story about it. But somebody got to take Kobe last time, yo.
Watch out for the Quentin Snyder documentary at the Cannes Film Festival.
Somebody take Kobe Mack book, yo. Anyway, thank you, brothers and sisters, for joining us for another briefing in the War Room. Shout out to everybody in the chat room, Facebook, Twitter, our group me app. Salute to y'all. All the callers who called in the holler, we appreciate those we can get to. We apologize. Tune in next week live right here on demand. We're going to catch you up with everything happening all around the world of sports, including NBA playoffs, NFL pre-draft coverage with Fred Perdue, and so much more. So until then, enjoy your weekend, enjoy your week, and we'll see you right back here next time. Catch everything we do. All of our conversations on social media and any content we put out can be found right here at warroomsports.com. Also, pick up my book. You can get it at sportstobook.com or warroomsports.com. So until next time, everybody, don't accept mediocrity. Be steadfast in the war against ignorance, and we'll see you chumps on top.
Check out Gus Griffin's latest power, warroomsports.com.
6 to 8. Yeah. War Room Sports. Y'all ready? Let's go. Stay in tune to Jimmy. Know the blueprint. Every Thursday, 6 to 8, they do this. Shout out to Dev, PJ, B. Austin, Doc Bay on replay. WarRoomSports.com. Get that mobile app. If not, dial 323-1400-12. They be going and you sensitive, then oh well. Physical podcast, let's talk sports. Showtime like magic in the block push. Listen live, push one to join in. Rip your team or listen for your enjoyment. Hip hop scholars, pit stop and knowledge. Should be in sports credits, I ain't talking college. 5 guys, no beef though. Corporate secret, but the streets know. Belafonte, I got a G flow. KC, royalty, I'm in beast mode. 2 hours, get your game up. Who's the best in sportscast? You better name us. War Room Sports. Yeah, you know, Jimmy, Dev, TJ, Doc Bay, B. Austin. I'm Jock. Up and coming on the team.
War Room Sports, www.warroomsports.com. What? Ain't no more to it.